What's up, brothers? Today I'm going to be bringing you the 11.11 patch note rundown for ADCs. You guys know the deal. These edited videos don't do really that well, so leaving a like and a comment on them is very, very appreciated, just to make them even like somewhat worth my time. In comparison to the other videos we upload here, I think they're worth my time. Like in general, I'm just saying like in comparison to what you know what I'm saying. Let's just get into it. All right, Azir Q cost decrease. His cost goes down 15%. It makes him a little bit easier to play in. For people who are new to Azir, it's like a little more forgiving because your mana cost is down. Like higher level players are better at managing mana, so the mana cost going down is helpful for lower skilled players. But Azir, pretty much you want to be picking stuff that isn't going to get absolutely cucked by his wall. Honestly, I don't really, whenever I see Azir, I don't think of like, oh, what should I be picking into that? It's just kind of like, okay, they have Azir. Like, I just have to be careful from the long range and make sure I don't get Shurima shuffled. I don't really think there's champions specifically, for ADCs at least, that are good into Azir. Elise, Spider Form on hit damage ratio decrease, so minus 10 AP. This is going to hurt her like mid-game-ish clearing and her mid-game damage a little bit, because it's the passive part, not the active, so this hurts her. I mean, this mostly hurts her jungle clear, I think. I think Elise has been really, really strong recently, so her getting a nerf is fine. Against Elise, just try ward your, like, tri-brush and just make sure you're not getting dove, or make sure that, like, you have wards deeper in so that you can ping, because Elise loves to dive people early game. Probably one of the best tower dives in the game. Like, she's up there with, like, level 6 Xayah. Ezreal, so our first ADC change is base health regen and growth increased. So Ezreal's been, I honestly, I think he's a little underrated, and I think he's underperforming, but I don't think he's like underperforming to a point where he should get a buff, and these aren't really that big of buffs. It just makes him a little bit tankier, and it makes him a little bit more forgiving to like maybe get hit for auto attacking a minion instead of queuing it. And then also 22 armor for bot lane, by the way, is absolutely pitiful. That's like dude, that's horrible. And look, Ezreal's the lowest 80. Oh, it's Kalista. Kalista is 21. Ezreal is 22, and it's going up. So yeah, the champion is really, really squishy, and that's because he can be like so slippery. The lower base armor makes him feel a little bit more fair to play against. But yeah, his armor's going up, growth's going up. It's not going to really make that much of a difference. It'll just be mostly early game. You'll feel a little bit stronger. Against Ezreal, Tristana's a really good pick. Don't pick stuff like Caitlyn. Well, I mean, if you're picking Caitlyn, make sure that you're picking Caitlyn with a champion that's also going to help you push the wave. Because if you're playing with, like, Thresh, for example, you're not going to get much into Ezreal. But if you're playing with Seraphine or Karma or, like, Soraka, stuff that, like, pushes the wave, I think Caitlyn's a solid pick. But if I had the choice to pick a champion into Ezreal, Caitlyn is, like, middle of the pack, you know? Not bad, just not good. But, like, Vayne, Tristana, those are the two best, I would say. Okay, so Graves, base 80 growth increase. So is 80 growth going up from 3 to 4? There's really not much you can do about Graves. If you ward, you won't get ganked by him. That's pretty much the extent. And, I mean, I like longer range ADCs into him. I don't really like boxing with him as, like, a Lucian or a Xayah, because you have to get so close to him, and he's going to beat you up close if he has his E stacked. So I like playing longer range stuff, especially because he can have trouble closing the distance. There we go. Hecarim, Q bonus 80 damage ratio increase, E damage ratio increase. So this is just helping his 80. Honestly, dude, we've seen Hecarim so much in the patch notes. I feel kind of dumb for repeating myself. You're just not gonna want to get feared by Hecarim. That's all. Just try not to get feared by his ults. I don't have a ton of tips for Hecarim, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest. I mean, his jungle pattern's really, really obvious. If you can learn that, then it's fine. You just have to figure out where he's starting, and then from there on, you can basically track the champion for the entire lane phase. Lee Sin has been absurdly broken. Absurdly. The champion for me, had so much respect until recently, until this changed where he was abusing Gore Drinker and stuff like that. But yeah, the cooldown is going up to 9 seconds. It's middle of where it used to be. I don't know how much this is going to change it, because I thought, I don't know, dude. I think Lee Sin is still going to be good in the hands of people who are good at Lee Sin. I think this hurts the people who aren't as good as Lee Sin, I should say. I don't really know how much this is going to mean for the champion, though, in all honesty, because this meta developed, and I don't think this gets rid of it at all. I don't know what's left for the champion, but play against Lee Sin. Stay away from whoever he landed his Q on. Don't get queued yourself, and don't get insects. There are certain champions that are actually kind of meh into Lee Sin. Stuff with invisibility, like Twitch and Vayne, get piped by him. It sucks to play those champions into him because he won't even mean to hit you, and then he reveals you, and then everyone focuses you, and it sucks. But yeah, just try to make sure you don't get insect. That's the main thing, and he's really strong early game, stronger than pretty much any AD carry you could be playing. All right, Leona, W base damage decrease. I said this shit. There might be a quote from me in a video or something. If any of you want to go find it, that's fine. I said after Leona, after all these 3 skins are gone, she's getting nerfed. Like after like they've all lived for like a week or 2, or a patch or 2, I should say, she's getting nerfed. And look, she's getting nerfed because the champion's fucking stupid. So they're lowering the base damage on W. This matters more for solo queue than pro play. Yeah, Leona's gonna be a little bit less oppressive in lane. That level 2 is still gonna be really, really strong though. Against Leona, I've tried taking tenacity runes. I think it kind of sucks. I think Bloodline and Alacrity are too solid, and I think Cleanse is just so good. Honestly, into Leona, it makes you just, it's stupid how good Cleanse is. But I don't know, maybe try out Legend Tenacity for yourself against Leona. If there's like a heavy CC, if there's another heavy CC champion other than Leona, maybe try it out. Tell me what you think. But Cleanse is really good into her. Champions with the mobility are solid into her. Yeah, tank shredders are also good into her. Alright, this is a really good change, at least in my opinion. Mastery's Q damage ratios increase, and his E base damage is going up. This is making, it's an effort to make him more auto attack based instead of this stupid alpha strike kill your entire team while he can't be targeted bullshit. There's legitimately no counterplay to it. It's the same as stupid fucking Vladimir. But against Mastery, you try to, I don't know. I don't really know if there's anything an ADC in specific should be doing. I think it's similar to the Katarina policy, to where if you're half health in like a team fight, and say you got a pick, right? Say you got 2 picks, and you're half health, and your support's half health. Let's say that, right? And you're gonna go like to Baron or something. Just fucking recall. You're a nuisance, bro. Like, you're straight up a nuisance. It's the same with Katarina. She'll kill you too, and then reset on your entire team and just kill everyone. But yeah, in terms of CC, I don't even find like stuff like Ashe and Jhin to be that effective into him. Or Varus. I don't know. Alright, Morgana, W damage against non-epic monsters decreased. So it's down from 185 to 155. This is almost to where she was before the buff, which is interesting. They're kind of killing, I don't know if this is a kill. Morgana jungle was already okay before the buffs, and this just kind of really pushed it into the mainstream, and then it pushed it into something being really toxic really quickly. But I think you could still play Morg jungle if you want, but this is big. It's not going to be as popular by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm happy with that because the champion gets banned every fucking game. Against Morg, make sure you're not getting hit by Dark Binding, and I don't know, try to not use your spells on someone who has the Black Shield, obviously. I feel like that's obvious, but... Oh, and don't stand in her W, especially in lane. You're going to get hit by one part of it. Just walk out of it. Don't just sit in there because it like lowers the cooldown on it and she just farms gold off you. It's not that good. But Morg jungle, the ganking pattern's really obvious. Her clearing is really obvious, but you might have to help your jungle with invades and stuff because she's solid. Depending on the jungle matchup, she can be really oppressive at invading and stuff. So maybe try to ward jungle entrance for your jungler. Okay, Nautilus, his E damage is going up against monsters. They're trying to push Nautilus jungle. I'm fine with that. Nautilus is really struggles against tank shredders and then champions who can dodge his ultimate, like Xayah. And Ezreal is really good. Well, Ezreal's just good against tank characters, but... Or not tank characters, the literal opposite. Ezreal sucks against tanks. However, Nautilus has a problem with Ezreal because whenever Nautilus Qs Ezreal, he just E's. Whenever Nautilus ults Ezreal, he just E's. Kiana, W bonus movement speed decrease. So her W movement speed's going down. This champion's more problematic than her fucking movement speed. I recently learned this. There's a little space in between when you're getting hit by Kiana ult between the knockup and the actual stun. If you're running something that has like an instant, like Ezreal E's, you're instantly going to get out. Xayah ult, you're instantly going to get out. So if you ever get hit by that, maybe try to use one of those. Flash is a little risky because how are you going to flash? Your back's against the wall. So if you flash over the wall, you're going to get rooted or stunned, and you're still going to get hit by all the damage. If you flash towards her, you're flashing towards Kiana. So I don't know about flash, but like Ezreal E, Xayah ult, that shit's good. So Rumble, I don't know how much this is going to do to his jungle clear, but the on-hit damage cap against monsters is going down to 80. I don't know what it was before. I kind of want to see. They're trying to push him out of the jungle. I don't know if this is going to kill Rumble jungle or not. Like, this is a lot of damage lost, dude. This is a lot of damage lost. Ryze base health growth increase. So from 90, that's a lot. That's nice. This is nice, actually. Ryze has a problem with not really feeling tanky whatsoever. So this is nice. This is nice. I like seeing Ryze buffs. I feel like this champion got oversimplified to the point where nobody wants to play him because he's not interesting, and nobody also wants to play him because he's just not fucking good and not fun to play. I feel bad for Ryze mains. I honestly do. That champion used to be so fun, and now he's just kind of meh. Against Ryze, long-range AD carries absolutely dumpster this kid. Absolutely annihilate him. And then also Caitlyn is nice because you get to put traps on wherever he's going to ult, but that's really not that big of an interaction because most Ryzes in solo queue don't know how to use that ability. Okay, we got an effing laundry list for one of my favorite champions. Senna changes. Passive bonus attack range decrease. Q now scales with lethality. E now scales with AP when camouflaged, and R damage ratio increased. This is making the heal better with lethality, so that's helping support Senna. The AP, I don't know why the fuck we're giving Senna AP ratios. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody's going to build this champion AP because of you made her bonus movement speed go up. How does this stop her from building Frostfire? What? Make it scale off lethality, not AP. What the fuck are we doing? I don't like these changes. I think these two are negligible. And then I think this is just a straight up nerf. And then the healing now scaling with lethality. I mean, it's nice because the way you want to be playing Senna is front to back. But this isn't tackling the main issues with Senna, other than this range nerf. This is a good nerf if you're like compensating somewhere else, and they kind of are here, so I have to give them some credit. If you want my absolute, very biased opinion on what we should be doing with Senna, lowering the range is a good step, and then if we want her to be lethality, you have to make it worth building lethality. The issue with Guinsoo's Kraken stacking attack speed is that Senna is legit, like she gets her Q up more often, right? So the lethality, like this extra thing with lethality, her getting her Q up more often, it's going to be ending up healing the same amount. You feel me? CDR doesn't matter as much as attack speed because when you attack, your Q cooldown goes lower. If we want to be changing Senna, you should make it so that her passive is less loaded for supports, because the only reason she can behave like this is because of the support role. She cannot do this without fasting. So you need to nerf fasting Senna. And then after nerfing fasting Senna, you're going to see how the Senna players adapt, because people were figuring out Kraken Guinsoo's before Senna even got buffed. Like, people were going to figure out something with Senna, right? You give it a patch, you just let her fucking sulk for a patch, right? Just let her just be asked for a patch, and then make adjustments from there. If you want to do lethality, that's fine. If you like the attack speed variant, that's fine. But the only reason why we even have to make this change to the attack range per miss stacks is because of support Senna. The reason why you don't see ADC Senna going tank, you only see support Senna going tank, is not because, oh, well, you don't want to run tanks in the ADC role. That's not a fucking thing. You literally only run it because the passive is so blatantly overloaded in favoring support Senna that it's just, you can develop an entire play pattern around one fucking passive, bro. An entire champion's kit is just dependent on this passive. But yeah, nerf fasting Senna and then move from there. Make her other abilities the focus, not this stupid absolution bullshit. But that is a very biased opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious, genuinely. But as for Senna's viability this patch, I think the Frostfire build, it'll be a little less effective. I think it's still going to be good, though. And I think lethality's probably still going to be just as, like, meh as Kraken Slayer. Or I think letality's still going to be as mediocre as it is now. Like, just not really that good. Like, there's better options to run on the champion. But against Senna, you're just going to... Senna is a lane neutralizer, right? Like, she just goes in lane and then doesn't... Or at least ADC. She just goes in lane and then farms or, like, doesn't do anything. If you can get your jungler down there, like, twice, the game... Like, that lane is fucking lost. So maybe call for your jungler, play champions that are like good to gank for, or like champions where you could see a good setup into Senna. Into Senna, I think Caitlyn's really not that good. Twitch is really good. Tristana is really good too. Alright, sorry for talking about Senna for so long. Seraphine, W base, self, and ally shields increased, making her feel a little bit more supportive. We're buffing mid lane Seraphine's performance. Wait, what? Support doesn't get as many levels as mid, so when you see this stuff going up and it's by per level, this is actually helping mid lane, so that makes sense. They want Seraphine to be more of a mid laner. They said that they wanted that and Senna to be more of a support, but we still haven't seen that yet, so this is a movement in the right direction. For Seraphine champions, I jump on top of her, absolutely dumpster her, and then just make sure you're not getting hit by her ult. Shaco, W damage ratio decreased, E AP damage ratio decreased. Yeah, no, Shaco just needs to be killed. I've never seen a champion have such a toxic play pattern. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I'm happy with these. Against Shaco, man, just try not to kill his clone and try not to walk into the jack-in-the-boxes. Like, keep track where they are. Make sure you look for his deceive, his Q. All right, Singed, E cooldown now scales. They're going to make Fling a little bit more better to max, I suppose. But yeah, Singed. Play champions that can CC him or kite him, pretty much. Teemo, W cooldown decreased. Against Teemo, try not to let him get to late game because the champion's really good late game. And then also on top of that, don't get hit by Blinding Dart. Also, walk behind your teammates like a fair margin so you don't get hit by shrooms when walking around the map. Urgot W modified damage ratio decreased later. So they're making Urgot's AD ratios a little bit worse later on. I mean, yeah, I think Urgot is like really effing good. Maybe not really effing good, but good. I see a reason for him to be getting nerfed, but just kite Urgot. Just kite him. Do not get hit by his E. But I understand it's hard right now because Stride Breaker is such a stupid oppressive item, but just try to kite him. Also, he gets absolutely shredded if you build an LDR. He dies. Okay, Bramble Vest. Armor's going down by 5. Thorn's reflected damage is no longer scales with bonus armor. This change needed to happen. This item is so fucking unbelievably... Imagine you spend 800 gold, get 35 armor, damage, and anti-heal. Why? Why are we giving that with 800 gold? That's so fucking stupid. I'm happy to see Bramble be getting nerfed. Warmog's armor, the maximum health requirement, is being changed to a bonus health requirement. And this is pretty good because a lot of, like, I think you can get this third, right? If you get your tank mythic item, another mythic item, or another legendary item, and then you should have, like, 1.1k bonus health, if I'm not mistaken. You might want this, like, fourth, or third or fourth on Warmogs, but this doesn't mean anything for ADCs. If you see this, if this item suddenly becomes broken, Blade of the Ruined King in vain. Warden's Mail, rock solid damage reduction is going down. Oh, it's getting a base and then it's going down. Most of the stuff is just health. They're just changing the health. So just run. I don't think tanks are going to become broken because of this stuff. You know, this has no real impact on us. However, Moonstone Renewer, Starlit, Grace Heal, and Shield Power per second is going up because it's felt really weak recently. Honestly, if this item makes a resurgence, if they have, like, there's not really counterplay to the item specifically. I don't know, build executioners, I guess. All right, Black Cleaver, Crave armor reduction per stack. Oh, God. Better base, better later. Maybe we'll do a Black Cleaver video. I don't think this makes it that much better, though. It's better for consistent damage dealers than burst damage champs. I don't know. Maybe Darius will be broken. All right, so Divine Sunderer has been feeling mediocre. So they're buffing it, makes it 12% of the target's maximum health, and they're making the healing a little bit better. Cool. Better against tanks. They're buffing tanks, and then they're buffing some anti-tank items. I think that's cool. Okay, so here's the Senna thing. They're tapping it down. Range units can more easily and repeatedly land Frostfire slow, so we're bringing it down. Okay, so it has a higher cooldown, which is bad for Senna. And then, oh shit, yikes, yo, they really don't want Senna to be building this. I don't think we should be building Frostfire Gauntlet on Senna. I don't think we should be. I mean, yeah, I think Frostfire Gauntlet's problematic, but bro, I just think Senna's regular gameplay right now is more toxic than the item. I think the problem's her, not the item. And I feel like this kind of hurts if you want to go like Ezreal tank, you know, you just want to do fun shit. I don't know. I do wish that they would just tone down her passive, bro. That's the main thing. I loved playing this champion last season, and I feel like she's probably the worst AD carry like to be farming on right now. I think she's so unbelievably bad to be farming on. Okay, Staff of Flowing Water. Base is going up, and so is its height based on the target's level. They're just making Staff of Flowing Water a little bit better. So Shield Reaver shield reduction for range users goes up by 10%. That's nice for us. Shield Reaver is pretty much the only reason why you ever get Serpent's Fang. If they have a shit ton of shields on their team, like say they have Lulu, Ivern, and then if they have one more champion that has shields like Lee Sin, I would really consider building Serpent's Fang. And I'm not just saying this like, oh, just build it on Samir or only build it on Senna because they like lethality. I think you could build this without like on crit 80 carries. Like if I saw my Caitlyn build this and we were against Ivern, Lulu, Lee Sin, and then I don't know, Kaisa, I wouldn't troll. I'd be fine with this, honestly. Okay, I don't understand. No one builds this, bro. I don't even know what this item does. I never see this. Is this in the shop? Bro, I can't tell you what this is gonna do. I mean, this is, wait, what? Ability power, ability haste, bonus AD, which doesn't matter. I mean, unless you're on Senna, and bonus health by 12%. That's a lot. Wait, is this item gonna be broken? Wait. Where is this item in the store? You buy this, hit level 13. I don't know where this fits in. I think this is good. Dead ass, I think this is actually good. 12% on all of this? That's insane. That's really dumb. And it's 1100 gold? Bro, I don't know. I'd be on the lookout for this. Honestly. Halo Blades is getting its cooldown increased by 4 seconds. Awesome. This blade, I've been saying it. This rune is toxic for bot lane. And it just makes certain champions toxic, like Xin Zhao. It's just, yeah. Maybe we could, I don't know, do press the attack? I don't think Tristana should be taking Halo Blades. I think Kaisa will still be taking it, but I think Trist might actually move to press the attack instead. Biscuit delivery gold's down. I mean, our role doesn't really do this. I mean, yeah, but don't sell your biscuits anymore. If you were taking biscuit delivery just to sell it, maybe don't do that anymore, but I don't. This item is so much more worth than selling it for 30 gold. And if you're taking it in a case where you're just getting it to sell it, then you should have just went domination secondary. What? Is this in the fucking patch notes? Hold on. I gotta pause my Bloodborne mute. Is this in the patch notes? Chad mythic items with an active now have their own special mythic active border to differentiate them from their plebeian normal active items. I did not read this in a fucking Riot Games patch note, bro. So you guys got time to type this shit, but you don't have time to. All right. Look how troll this company is, okay? So I'm on Jinx, okay? Where's my cursor? I'm looking to fire my ult, right? Look at where my cursor is, right there on the map. It's near the map, right? It's not over the map though. So right when I start to fire the ult, it's about, let's see, right here, right on Gwen's profile picture. All right, dude. Now, do we see Jinx? I want to pause it, but like, it's hard. Look where my ult fired, bro. Look, it's right next to the title, Clown Company. How is my ult firing this way? How? This has been going on since June, and Riot hasn't fixed it. They have time to type Chad mythic items with an active now have their own special mythic active border to differentiate them from their plebeian normal active items, but they don't have time to actually deal with toxicity, deal with the bugs. I'm done. Oh, but guys, we get really cool skins. Okay, actually, high key though, the Renekton and Mordekaiser skins are dope as fuck, and I might buy the Senna one. Might. But yeah, that's the patch note rundown. This patch, it leaves a lot up in the air. I'm a little excited for it. I think the meta is going to change a decent amount. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Stay safe, wear a mask if you have to, wash your hands. I'll see you next time. Peace out.